Jace Tunnell here. Today, I've got something really cool for you, a different kind of crab called a fiddler crab. And we find these up in the marsh area. So today, I'm off the beach. I'm actually just behind the sand dunes in a marshy area. And so maybe you've been back up in a marshy area before and you've seen all these little bitty holes all over the ground and thought, man, what in the world is making those? It's all these fiddler crabs that's making them. They get their name, fiddler crab, because of how big the males have one big claw and then one little claw. And so it looks like a fiddle. And whenever they get scared, they run away and run into their hole, and they're running sideways, and it looks like they're carrying a fiddle with them. So that's how they get their name. So how you tell the difference between the male and the female is the male is the one with the big claw. So it has one big one and then one little one. It uses the little one to eat with. So they can't do much with the big claw other than, fight other males, wave it around to try to intimidate some of the other crabs. But so they use the little claw to be able to feed with. Now, if they are, now it's moving around. I've been pinched before. It doesn't feel real good. Now, if the male loses the big claw, no need to worry. It can regenerate a new one. So the little the little claw that it has will regenerate into a big one, and then it'll grow another little one to be able to feed with. Now that is something that's interesting. The female has two small claws, and so that's how you can tell the difference between the male and the female. These things can get in a bunch of them together, especially in the summer times, usually whenever I see in these low-lying areas. And if you get out at low tide and when the sun's not beating down, man, you can see hundreds of these just running around everywhere. And I mean, whenever you walk up, they're real skittish, so they get into their hole. But if you sit down and wait about 5 minutes, and you look around, you'll notice that it looks like the ground is moving. And that's because they come out of their holes, they start scavenging for detritus, things like that they're eating, and it will look like the ground is moving. And then you'll wave your arms or something, and then they'll all go back in their hole. Like, pretty crazy looking. These are real important for a number of different reasons. The first is very important for food. They feed wildlife. And some of the more common ones you're probably thinking about is birds. That's an easy one. Since they do have gills and they go in the water, fish can actually feed on them. But then, there's raccoons and possums and coyotes and and other small mammals that feed on these. They actually depend on them. The other important thing about these is they aerate the soil. So all those holes that they're putting in the ground, it's like a golf course. When they go out to aerate, it does the soil good. That's what these guys are doing, but in nature. So whenever you see these guys feeding, they use that small claw and they will just scoop up sediment into their mouth. And they're getting all the detritus out of there, any organic material, sifting out the mud and just getting the edible stuff. Here in Texas, we've got a couple of different species of these crabs. We've got the mud fiddler and the sand fiddler. Now these I found in the mud, so I'm guessing these are mud fiddler. While they spend most of their time up on land and out of the water, they do have to go back to the water. Like I said before, they have gills, so they got to keep those moist. And that helps them survive. And I know one of the things you're asking is like, man, that claw is big. Can we eat it? I don't know, man. I think it would take like 1,000 of these to just get like 2 ounces of meat. So I'm gonna say I would not eat it. But okay, other than that, these are some really cool little crabs. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Beachcombing, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.